And the other hypocritical thing about this, and I think something that's rather terrible in terms of Harry's relationship with his father, is that these pictures posted on July 5th. What also happened on July 5th was the service of Thanksgiving for King Charles at St. Giles's Cathedral in Edinburgh. This was the time where he received basically the Scottish crown jewels. It's not a second coronation, but he was sort of officially instituted as the King of Scotland in a more official ceremony. And he wore his robe, the Order of the Thistle. They had a fly past. This was a huge moment. Of course, Harry and Meghan always have to compete because even though they want to stand on their own and they tell us that they are so powerful by themselves, they're obviously hypocrites because they desperately need the royal family to make them relevant, especially in this time where their business prospects are tanking. And so I think in this instance, Harry and Meghan do themselves no favors here by obviously trying to compete with Charles in this instance, and once again, it really does make them look like hypocrites. It's also rather hypocritical of Harry and Meghan to be seen out, I think, in a way, celebrating the 4th of July. Yes, it's something to do. Yes, I somewhat get it. But yet at the same time, they are celebrating an American holiday, one that represents the fact that we got rid of our British overlords, and yet the two of them demand that we call them the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and that we call their kids Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. I think that's ridiculous. It's just so grating that these two people who come to our country demand that everybody call them a Duke and Duchess, and that they must put Duke and Duchess in front of everything, as if we've forgotten they're the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And yet at the same time, they want to go out and celebrate an American holiday of freedom. Well, which is it? Are you British trying to be royal in America, or are you Americans trying to be British royals? I'm just confused of where you are at here. Because if you are truly trying to make this American dream a reality, be an American. Do American things, go down the American path. Don't mention the royal family at all. Don't mention them at all. Don't even bring them up in any sort of conversation. Ignore them. Do your own thing. Go by Harry Windsor and Meghan Markle. Meghan can't be Meghan Windsor, but maybe she could be Meghan Sussex. Maybe go by Harry Sussex and Meghan Sussex. You could do that. But no, we have to call them the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Heaven forbid somebody doesn't call her Meghan Markle the Duchess of Sussex or Meghan the Duchess of Sussex. She needs a title in front of her name to make herself relevant. And Harry is much the same, even though he has this distinction of being a prince. Now his children also have a distinction of being a prince and princess because of their grandfather. They also refuse to see their grandfather or any other family member. And so you're clearly distancing yourself from your British relatives, and yet you're celebrating an American holiday, clearly wanting to be somewhat American. Where are you? You need to pick a side here, because this really weird middle ground that Harry and Meghan have always tried to walk is just not working, because it dilutes their brand. I think it confuses their branding, because it's like, what do you stand for? What do you stand for? And you left the royal family. But I think the biggest hypocrisy we see here is that Harry and Meghan have made such a game out of seeing their children. They've shown the behind the head shot. They've shown just the feet. They've shown Archie's back. They really tried to hide Archie quite a bit. They showed more of their kids, obviously, in their own documentary series. But they played these games with seeing their children. They've tried to keep them as much hidden as possible, it seems like, and yet trotting them out when it benefits them, or just showing us this little peek, this little hint of their child. And what this has done, especially because in the lead up to Meghan's birth of Archie, she played a lot of games in terms of, I think, her bump. I think she sometimes patted her bump to look more pregnant, or stuck her gut out to look more pregnant, because Meghan Markle is very much a narcissist. And because she is a narcissist, I think she was very much wanting to sell this look of hers as this beautiful pregnant woman. And we can all understand that to a certain extent. But I think Meghan probably took it too far. And then you also have the addition of the game she played in terms of who her doctor was, who her nurse was, all these sorts of things that resulted in something where people still to this day continue to advocate for